G'day everyone and welcome to Australian Model Railway News for April 2024. In this episode we're going to go through all the news, announcements and updates that have happened in the Australian Model Railway manufacturing industry. As well as that, don't forget to stay through to the end so you can find out about all the currently announced exhibitions, conventions and open days. Australian Model Railway News and all other videos on this channel are made possible by the Patreons on Patreon. And if you'd like to help support the production of these videos whilst gaining early access to these videos, please head over to patreon.com/WillJamesRailways. As well as Trackside Models, where quality meets precision, with laser cut structures which are meticulously crafted to perfection, ensuring every detail is captured flawlessly. At Trackside Models, their mission is clear: to bring you top-notch buildings in scale format at prices that won't break the bank. They're proud to be Australian-designed models made right here. Experience a difference with Trackside Models, where quality, affordability, and Australian craftsmanship converge. You can explore their collection today and bring your miniature world to life like never before. And they also offer 10% off all orders with the code WillJamesRailways at checkout from their website tracksidemodels.com.au. The news is also brought by The Scale Model Supply, your one-stop shop for premium hobby supplies. Join the vibrant community of hobbyists who trust The Scale Model Supply for their top quality paints, tools and accessories. As an Australian family business, they take pride in delivering excellence in every product that they offer. Explore their extensive collection of railway colours, meticulously curated to bringing your model railway projects to life with authenticity and precision. Plus, enjoy an exclusive discount just for viewers of the news. Use code WillJamesRailway at checkout to unlock a 10% discount on all purchases. And WillJamesRailways.com, where you can find an array of railway-related merchandise, as well as being the home of Australian model trees. This month, the news was also made possible by the not-to-be-missed Epping Model Railway Club's Rosehill exhibition, happening on the 4th and 5th of May in Sydney, as well as the AMRA Victoria exhibition, happening at the Melbourne Showgrounds on the 3rd and 4th of August. And lastly, if you are new here, don't forget to be subscribed, as we are nearly at 10,000 subscribers and I would love to hit that mark before the middle of the year. So if you're not already, don't forget to be subscribed so you can keep up to date with all the videos that I have coming out frequently. Anyway, to get to this month's news, we're going to kick it off with Trackside Models, who have two new kits coming out. And they are the HO Scale New South Wales Cream Shed for $25.95 and the N Scale Building the Croydon, retailing at $27.95. These add to their ever-growing range of laser cut kits, which are of course made right here in Australia. And with that, you can get 10% off all Trackside products with the code WillJamesRailways at checkout from their website tracksidemodels.com.au. AndIan Models will have a few new releases to be released at the Rosehill exhibition in Sydney. They will have a new kit of the New South Wales Government Railways MCV covered van. This kit comprises of a multi-piece polyurethane body and brake detailing components that have been created from 3D printed patterns to their extremely high standards. The kit includes cast brass buffers, brake cylinders and air hoses, etched nickel silver steps and brake spiders, brass wheels, decals and detailed assembly instructions. This kit comes supplied with Johnston Models 2AD bogies that feature an etched fold-up frame with urethane side castings, RP25 spoked wheels. The kit can be supplied with either KD coupled ends that include scale head whisker couplers, or screw coupled ends with sprung buffers. Screw coupled ends require Johnston Models car screw coupling kits. The screw couplings are available from AndIan Models or SJM directly. The MCV kits are priced at $85. They've finally finished the New South Wales Railways WTL 4-wheel round-top water gin. This kit features a highly detailed etched nickel silver underframe. It includes cast brass buffers, brake cylinders, brake hoses, and tank valve details, etched components for the brake rigging, and brake spiders. The tank is a one-piece polyurethane casting. It has an etched ladder with brass rungs. This kit includes scale head whisker KD couplers, RP25 spoked wheels, several decals with different numbers, all hardware and comprehensive assembly instructions. The WTL kits will be priced at $85. As mentioned last month, they also have several new 3D printed figures that have been added to the range, and the most exciting is the crew specifically designed to suit the Casuala Hobbies Z12 class. AndIan hope to have 2 sets of these crews available at the exhibition. Whilst these crews can be purchased separately, they have made them in a box set which includes both driver, fireman and separate fireman shovel at a slightly reduced price for the box sets. Figures are supplied unpainted with support structures associated with the printing process attached. Z12 crews are priced at $15.50 each, with individual figures starting from $7.50. And potentially, if you are keen to win a few figures, stay through to the end. Although announced a few episodes ago was the Australian Railway Models 55 class follow-up, but these are now available for pre-order at hobby shops and model railway stores that carry ARM. And like their previous model, this model of D5502 will feature detailed cabin interior, including floating footplate, separately applied detailed body parts, pivoting bogies, realistic mechanical mechanisms, authentic knuckle-style couplers on both locomotive and tender, dual position drawbar for close coupling, and they'll be DCC ready. So I think a large majority of hobby shops and model railway stores seem to carry the ARM locomotive, and going off previous releases, especially at their price point of $299, they are most likely again to prove popular. So if you are after one, I think it would be advantageous to pop an order in at your local store. Along the track models have a new kit, the Buninyong Station building. This is a wonderful example of the series of bluestone stations built by the Victorian Railways. The railway station building at Bannockburn was built in bluestone in 1863 and was formerly known as the Lee Road Station, although the name was changed in 1904. The kit is in HO scale, with dimensions of 175mm wide, 115mm deep, and 95mm high. This 3D printed kit is printed in PLA plastic, so you can use superglue, polystyrene cement, or PVA to put the kit together, although some finishing parts may be required. And the kit does include window glazing. This kit will cost you $90, or you can get it as plonk and play, which is painted and assembled if you add an additional $100, and postage is $10 anywhere in Australia. Kandu Models have a few new items being released, and those being the AHJ and Big John load inserts in HO scale, priced at $12 for Big John and $10 for the AHJL. These are both lightweight 3D printed loads, and these provide a base for ballast type texture to be added for extra detail. In N scale, HS and AHSF load inserts will be priced at $6 for $10. They also have CGAY grain hoppers in N scale at $18 per kit. These will include decals and a paint stencil. No bogies or paint will be included as usual. And the HB hopper, which is a single piece 3D printed part, will be priced at $8. This is a lid that can be installed to the top of a H hopper to convert it into a HB hopper wagon. It can also be used for grain, phosphate rock, or gypsum. As well as that, coming soon will be the South Australian Railways W wagon, which will be a timber-sided open wagon for general freight. Initially to be released in HO, it will closely be followed in N scale, with prices to be announced soon. These will hopefully be ready for the Adelaide Model Railway Show on the June long weekend, which I hope to see lots of you at. With this, they will be continuing to convert all their HO scale items to N scale, including the South Australian Railways water tank and automated water column, with other new items in the works. On-track models have seen production samples delivered from their Chinese factory, and have been checking over them for accuracy. However, the latest advice from their freight forwarding ace in Hong Kong is that their shipment will leave the wharf on May the 2nd, with it clearing customs and being added to their warehouse about a week later. So unfortunately, it does look unlikely that these will be available at Rose Hill, but you'll still be able to catch on-track models at the exhibition. Pulse 3D have now added custom decals to suit the range, but it should be noted that not all versions of decals for wagons will be carried. And this is the list of decals now available, and most are priced at $10. As well as that, Paul is now working with Australian distributors to enable the option of purchasing the bogies and disc wheels as parts of the kit, and the website is being upgraded to include this option. But please contact Paul if there are any kits that you would like to have this option that haven't been updated yet. Pulse 3D is also producing a number of bogies that were hard to get in the past. These include Commonwealth bogies, the S-Car bogies, BPL bogies, and more. These bogies will be able to be purchased with spoked or disc wheels. Along with this, he'll also be offering small detail kits of the 4-wheel wagons that include steps, brake gear, and a pair of spoked axles to go with the kits. Paul has also started a YouTube channel that's primary purpose will be used to make instructional videos on how to build his kits. The YouTube channel already has the instruction videos for the LL sheep wagon and the HH breakdown car. The next new videos will be the long and short HD wagon and the 1914 station and the new small station. So if after this video you can head over to Paul's channel and hit that subscribe button for him, because I'm sure he'd very much appreciate it. During the month, I popped over to Trainworld in Brighton to have another look at their upcoming Y-Class sample. The locomotives have now seen improvements in the brass dome and banding being corrected from the previous sample, as well as that on locomotives with running boards, they are now made from brass. Once again, these models are looking excellent, and we've been told that they are still on track for a 2024 release. These still have online pre-orders available over on Trainworld's website, in-store or over the phone, and they are priced at $750 for DC or $850 for DCC sound. A product that I think is fantastic are the storage boxes from modelbox.com, which will now also be stocked at Trainworld, which is an exclusive to them. At Lazer Rail Bits, the station and halt kit is now complete. They're packed and ready for market, adding all the overseas orders have already been dispatched. Pre-orders will now be fulfilled and the balance will begin to appear on eBay under Lazer Rail Bits store as soon as they can. There are many locations in New South Wales where this type of construction was utilised, and they reckon it's a great little kit that adds visual impact whilst using very little real estate. The decision was also to include a station board with each kit to pay homage to the location that was the inspiration for the kit. Of course, some will rename the station in line with their preferred locale. The price of this kit will be $39.50 plus postage. Newcomer Piping Shrike Models have said that their website will be updated with the following items added for sale. 4 different versions of the 8300 Guards van, HON 3.5 arch bar bogies without wheel sets, a station shelter and seats, station seats, signal relay boxes, timber station platform, and more. So you can see that all now over at Piping Shrike's website. Aus-N-Rail posted to social media that they had been working on a few things recently, like the Victorian Railways MF cattle wagon, which is now available on their website. And these cattle wagons come with bogies, metal wheels, decals, and microtrains couplers for $50. They've also been adding to their bogie range with Victorian Railways plate frame for the QRQN. This is set up on their shapeways, and they'll be releasing them again as soon as a 3D print with metal wheels. Victorian 50-ton CS bogies as a 3D print with metal wheels, Victorian Railways XC and XSC injection moulded used on the FQX wagons. So if you are after any of these, of course, contact Aus-N-Rail. ControlIt added 009 scale printed circuit board sleepers to their expanding range. The ControlIt 009 scale PCB sleepers are designed to hold the rails in place, whilst crossing baseboard joints, lift-ups or lift-out sections, turntables, traverses, storage cassettes, or anywhere that requires rail alignment wherever there is track separation. And these sleepers are ideal for securing track on the Fremo 9 modular modelling standard module ends. An update from JH Models. For those interested in the HON 3.5 Queensland Railways C17 locomotive kit featuring the 1938 style bomber brown livery, there has been a small delay in receiving some of the final components for the kit. Although they've said most of the components have now been received, it's just anticipated that the kit will release in early June 2024. At this stage, only 50 kits are being produced. The expected price of this kit is $600. And if you do have any questions, you can reach out to them via email or social media. Stephen Johnston Models said while they won't be having a stand at the upcoming Rose Hill show, some of their kits will be available at the AndIan Models stand, and that they'll be helping them out on Baleen Bung Creek. They said that they are looking at releasing 4-wheel elephant van kits, which were made from modified 4-wheel cattle wagons at the Rose Hill exhibition. So SDS have posted a bit of an update. Now some of what they did post has been covered in previous news videos, so I'm only going to really touch on what's new to this program, starting with locomotives. They've said that all the components required to make the Victorian Railways K-Class models have been on site for more than 18 months, and they should be able to show some factory-painted pre-production samples quite soon. Production will occur immediately after they have signed off on the samples. The New South Wales Railways 81 class diesel in Freight Rail, Freight Corp, National Rail, and Pacific National DCC sound are on their way. They've said that the upside to the delay has meant that the ESU decoder will be to the latest specification and likely to be the usual ESU Locksound V5 trouble-free standard. Said that the DCC sound models are now being assembled and will be available in late May. The delivery for the DCC sound versions of the Queensland Railways 1460 and 1502s are being assembled and will also be available later in May. In regards to the Queensland Railways 1620, Tasmanian Y-Class and West Australian F-Class, they've said that they've had running samples of these models for some time, but presently their supplier is trialling colours, painting and line sampling with them. So they should have a display of fully painted and lined samples delivered shortly around mid-2024. However, 1620 samples have been sent to them for evaluation and they will have them on display at the Brisbane Model Train Show in May. The New South Wales D50 and D53 class project has been progressing slowly, but they have finished the design and are waiting for tooling to begin. The Australian National DL class locomotive are being retooled with engineering samples available later in May. They've said that improvements will reflect the nuances applied to the Victorian Railways T and Y class models, and the DL will be available in two versions. The as-delivered version with the original front pilot and lower square edge fuel tank, and the later current version with revised front pilot and lower edge fuel tank. New tri-mount bogies, improved body appearance, and new logic control and lighting are all a standard feature. Several road numbers still wear the Australian National green and yellow paintwork, and the NRC blue-grey marigold paintwork, and they do intend to offer some contemporary faded paint finishes. With an update on rolling stock, they've said that in conjunction with CGL Models, the production of the Queensland BEZY 60-foot container wagon is progressing. And these will be available in the original Queensland Railways 3'6" livery and the later Queensland Railways Horizon Standard Gauge QQAY scheme. All four BEZY packs will be available in HO 3.5 and 12mm gauge, and as well as in HO. Order forms along with comprehensive details on these wagon packs are now available on their website. During the month, the South Australian Railways 8300 guards vans have arrived, with all the pre-ordered models being shipped out. So they are now available at most model railway shops and hobby shops that stock SDS. They've said that they haven't commenced assembly of the South Australian Railways 700 class passenger carriages, although the recent arrival of the LHO, LHY and KP models from the same vendor is one step closer to achieving this delivery. The New South Wales Government Railways K-Truck project is nearing the assembly stage. They've said that they've passed the colour sampling and body printed stages with assembled running models. KD couplers are in transit to mainland China and they have boxed model samples there to sign off on. And they should be complete around about the time of recording this and available here 6 weeks later. The newly announced National Rail and Pacific National Aggregate Wagon order form is now up on the website, priced at $300 per pack. The New South Wales FG carriage tooling has commenced and they should have decorated samples available in mid-2024. They've also updated the New South Wales Railways vestibule end platform cars and the New South Wales Government Railways end platform cars page with new models, liveries, and of course an order form is now available. Plus some reruns mentioned in last month's news, the NTAF rail tank cars, the NPRY and NPRF cement wagons, refrigerated race container and 40-foot jumbo containers. So a huge update from SDS. And they did mention that they will no longer be doing pre-order pricing. So I feel it would almost be time for them to have online pre-ordering, since the price now won't change. I feel that it would make securing stock for a lot of us a lot easier. Auscision Models came through with two very late in the piece updates, saying that the HO scale FlexiVan wagons and trailers have left their factory and are expected to arrive in mid to late May. Pre-orders will close on the 6th of May, right after this weekend's great train show at Rose Hill. So they said if you wish to order these at the pre-order price, you only have a few days left and you can email them a form. However, alternatively, they've said that you can place an order at the show. I suppose an easier way would have been online pre-orders, but they are still something that is unavailable. Adding to that, they've said that the HO scale Deb painted samples have arrived. They said that they are quite happy with the way these models look after all of their tooling rework, which was around the headlight and nose profile to make these models more accurate. They've said that the samples will be on display at this weekend's exhibition. And at this stage, they do not have a firm production date for the Deb sets, but they've said that the 3rd quarter would be a good indication, assuming that there are no further tooling modifications that need to be completed. And that was all the news and updates from Auscision, but with Rose Hill being less than a week away, I dare say we'll see some surprise or new announcements. Or at least, I hope so. Queensland retailer Modelers Warehouse has announced that their shop will be closing down. Although their shop will be attending both the Brisbane and Rose Hill model train shows over the 4th and 5th of May, They added that some small restocks will happen over the next week. However, after the shows, the range will be reduced and products priced to clear. Opening times for May will be advised later. When stock has been depleted, the shop will be completely closed to the public, and all sales will be moved to online only from Modeller's Warehouse. All outstanding orders will be processed and all ready to run pre-orders will be fulfilled as expected. As well as that, they said that the modelling community may be aware that they were planning on hosting a model train show in August or September, although that has now been cancelled. They added that if there are certain products you wish to purchase in store, they strongly recommend you get in early to avoid missing out. They concluded by saying that they'd personally like to thank everyone who has supported them and Modeller's Warehouse over the years. And it has been a journey that has been a fun one, but for now it's time to close the physical store and continue their journey online and put their time and energy into other ventures, both within the hobby industry and their other business. And in my own news, during the month, I suffered a slight setback. The car that I used to get to all the exhibitions and events decided that it would drop a piston. And this was of course a very unexpected and expensive setback. So if you are thinking about buying anything off the website, it would be much appreciated so I can continue to cover exhibitions from both railways big and small. However, I did manage to secure some transport to this month's Rose Hill exhibition and I look forward to seeing lots of you there. As well as that, I'd love to thank the Sunbury Model Railway Club for having me down there this month to have a chat about Fremo 9 Australia. And if you are keen to find out more about that, I do have the page linked below, as well as everything else that I have mentioned this month. So let's take a look at all the currently announced exhibitions, open days and conventions happening for 2024 and 2025. In Sydney on the 4th and 5th of May, the not-to-be-missed Great Train Show will be on again at the Rosehill Gardens Racecourse on the 4th and 5th of May. This year is set to be one of the biggest shows that they've put on to date. In Brisbane, in Queensland, on the 4th and 5th of May, the Brisbane Model Train Show will be held at the Brisbane Showgrounds. In Albury, New South Wales, on the 18th and 19th of May, the Murray Railway Modelers will be holding their exhibition in Lavington. From May 31st to June 2nd in Wangaratta, Victoria, the National N-Scale Convention will be held, with layouts, clinics, talks and giveaways, with more information available on their website, with ticket sales ending soon. On June 22nd and 23rd in Perth, West Australia, the 2024 Amrit Model Railway Exhibition will be held at the Claremont Showgrounds in Claremont. In Adelaide, South Australia, over the June long weekend, the Adelaide Model Train Show will be back on again. This year is also set to be another excellent year to attend, and I can't wait to see lots of you there. This year's Glen Waverley exhibition will be held over the King's Birthday long weekend in Melbourne, so you'll see layouts like Clinchfield, State Valley Tourist Railway, Tullarook, as well as Chaddington, the Gippsland Line, Port Franklin, 1890s Fish Market, as well as traders like SDS Models, AndIan Models, On-Track Models, Paul's 3D Prints, and Blue and Gold Models. This exhibition will take place at the Brandon Park Community Centre in Glen Waverley. Sadly, this year's Ballarat exhibition has been cancelled, which was also set to take place on the King's Birthday long weekend in Victoria. In Nerang, Queensland, the Miniature Trains on the Coast Model Train and Hobby Expo will be held on the 22nd and 23rd of June. In Victoria, the 24th Annual Stall Model Railway Exhibition will be held on the 13th and 14th of July at the SDS Hall in Stall. Another not-to-be-missed Model Railway exhibition is the 52nd Model Train Show presented by AMRA Victoria, once again back on at the Melbourne Showgrounds in Melbourne, with lots more details coming soon. On the 4th and 5th of August in Melbourne, the Sunshine Model Railway Club will hold their annual exhibition in Braybrook. In Sydney, on the 10th and 11th of August, the Thornley Model Railway exhibition will be back on again. A brand new model train and hobby show will be happening in Goulburn, New South Wales on the 7th and 8th of September. Layouts and shops, as well as demonstrations, with more details to come soon. On the 7th of September in Adelaide, Modelling the Railways of South Australia convention will be back on again, with tickets available now. In Victoria on October 19th and 20th, the Sunbury Model Train Show will be back on again at the St Anne's Church Hall in Sunbury. On the 6th of October in Port Augusta, South Australia, the 40th birthday celebration of the PAMS organisation will be happening. In Sydney, on the 19th of October, the Sydney N-Scale Model Railway Club will be holding an open day at their club rooms in Rockdale. On the 19th of October, the O-Scale Modelers Forum will be happening, and if you are interested in attending, please reach out to them for tickets. On the 27th of October in Logan, Queensland, the Logan and District Model Railway Club will be holding an open day and sales at their club rooms in Slacks Creek. On the 16th and 17th of November, the New England Model Railway Club will be holding the New England Convention in Armidale, New South Wales, with tickets available now. In 2025, the Warrnambool Model Railway Club will be holding their exhibition at the St Joseph's Primary School in Warrnambool over the 11th and 12th of January. On the 18th and 19th of January in Victoria, the Phillip Island and District Railway Modelers will be holding their annual exhibition at the Senior Citizens Hall, Cowes. On May 17th and 18th, the Latrobe Valley Model Railway Association will be holding a model railway exhibition at the Morwell Convention Centre in Morwell, Victoria. So there we go, that's all the currently announced exhibitions, open days and conventions for 2024 and 2025. And of course, if you are having an event, please let me know and I will happily add it to the news. Now, on to the winner of last month's competition. Last month, we gave away a copy of Philip Overton's book, Revamp an Existing Layout, and the winner is Warwick Fox. So congratulations to Warwick, you've been contacted with an email. Now this month's competition, we're going to give away some AndIan figures. So if you head over to my website, there'll be a competitions tab with a simple question, so I know that you've been paying attention, and you can win a couple of AndIan's fantastic 3D printed locomotive driver and fireman figures. So there we go, that's all the news, announcements and updates for April 2024. I'd love to say a huge thank you to all the Patreons and sponsors of this channel that make these videos possible, and of course everyone who's subscribed so far or just watched a video. Makes it all possible and worthwhile. Now, once again, I know I've said it a few times, I hope to see lots of you at Rose Hill and hopefully at some other exhibitions throughout the year. Thank you all so much for watching, and yeah, we'll see you soon. Hooroo!